Do not buy your next point of sale system until you watch the next episode on Restaurant Talk. Hello and welcome to Restaurant Talk. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Gazwan. Excellent episode today. We have a lot to go over and it's nothing more than excellent. So stick around. I have some really hot stuff for you today. It's talking about point of sale system and how to buy your next point of sale system. So please stick around till the end. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. All right. So let's get started. So there's two type of people that are looking for a point of sale system. The first one is the person who has never had a point of sale system in the past and they're still using the old school cash registers. And if you're that person, this is definitely for you. So please stick around and watch till the end. I guarantee you'll be jumping over that fence and making that decision to get yourself a point of sale system finally. Okay, after all these years of your old school cash registers, guys, stick around. This is for you guys as well. The other person who's looking to get a point of sale system is someone who already has one and is tired of it. It's outdated. It's not working for them. They want something new. All these different point of sale systems that are coming out these days that have the bells and whistles, the integrations, the online ordering, the features, and all these things that are coming out. That's what they want. That's what they're getting into. And this is the episode that you guys should be watching to get all the information. So let's get moving along so we don't take too much of your time. So here we go. So first thing I say when you're getting into a point of sale system, whichever person you are, is, don't be lazy. Don't just kind of pick something that's the easiest thing. A lot of people I get go to their bank, they start the business. The first thing they ask them is, do you have a point of sale system? And they say no. And they say, well, here you go. This is what we offer. Take it. And they just run with it. And that's kind of doing yourself a disservice, because all those point of sale systems that they offer at either at the bank or even at the food supply stores or anywhere else you're looking to get the point of sale system, the banks and stuff, they don't fit everyone. Okay, so it's not a one size fits all in your point of sale system. So make sure you guys are shopping around. Do not be lazy. Find the right point of sale system that fits for you for all of your needs and what you guys are looking for. Okay, so do your homework, look around, do some research. Fine, you could go look next door, see who your friend is using next door, or anybody else that you know what point of sales they're using. But that doesn't mean that's going to be perfect for you. So use that as your benchmark to start doing your homework and figure out what features that you want. And if you're new to this industry and new to point of sale systems, you may not know what fits for you. So that's why I'm making this episode for you guys as well. All right. So ask yourself, what do I need in a point of sale system? Why am I moving from that cash register to the point of sale system? Am I having issues? Are people stealing? Do I need to get the data to an accountant? Am I going to be more mobile? Do I need to dial into the system? Do I need reports? What are the features that I need? Do I need to sell gift cards now? Do I need those online integrations? Do I need loyalty programs, pizza modules, deliveries? What am I looking for in order to grow my business? Why am I getting this point of sale system? Those are the questions that you need to ask. Then you can start looking at the features that each point of sale system has, and you can start shopping around. Okay. So if you know what some of the features are that you want to get in your system, whether you have a point of sale system or you don't, jot those things down. Get ready to see what you guys want in your system so you can move forward. Okay. You also need to ask yourself, if you have one or if you don't, who needs access to it? Whether it's yourself, your accountant, your managers, anybody who needs access to your server or to your point of sale system, whether it's a marketing company or social media or whoever it is pulling your information, who needs access to that? What type of point of sale system offers that? And that's what you guys need. Okay, whether it's managers or partners or investors, anybody who needs access to reports or data, that's what you need to start looking for. Like I said, ask your friends, ask your local businesses, ask anybody who has point of sale system. What do you like about this particular system? What don't you like about it? What is the headaches of this point of sale system that you guys are working with right now? Do you like it? Don't you like it? Are you looking to move on to something else? And if it is, which one is it and why? Okay. And that's why I think is a very important part of that, is to figure out, what fits for them. If you're looking to your neighbor who has a full restaurant, bar, 300 seats, very busy, and you're a small cafe, You don't necessarily are comparing apples to apples because you don't want to be overbuying, or you also don't want to be underbuying. If you're asking a cafe guy, hey, I'm looking to get a point of sale system, how do you like your X and or Y? What is the difference? So you have to find a system that fits for your particular needs. Okay. Okay. The other thing is very important is do not shop for a point of sale system when your system is crashed. It's too late. Okay. If you have a point of sale, make sure you're shopping around now when you don't need it, when there's no issues. It's not a crash. Because what ends up happening, you're going to rush your decision and just take whatever is there. I had a customer that did the exact same thing, for better or worse. Okay. He had a major flood in his restaurant. PC was down in the basement, wiped out his whole entire point of sale system, was rushed out and looked at his neighbor, says, who do you have? Fine, call him. Let's get him in. I need a point of sale system because mine crashed. Okay. Whether that worked good for them or not, they're kind of behind the eight ball. Even if it is a great system for them, I guarantee they overpaid for their product because they were kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, and they needed it yesterday, so they were kind of stuck, and they ended up getting whatever the salesman quoted them. I'm sure they started seeing dollar signs when the salesman found out that they need a rushed system within a couple of days. Okay. So shop around early, shop around often when you don't need it. It gives you a little bit more leverage in order to kind of find something that's going to fit your need. Prices go up, prices go down. They do discounts throughout the year. So look for something like that you might be able to find out when, if you call them up and they tell you, oh, we have a discount, next month and it's December, then, hey, maybe every December they give out a discount. So if I'm not ready this month, or this quarter or this year, then I know they may be doing discounts around a certain time. Okay. Most point of sale system depends on what you're looking for. If we're looking at restaurant point of sale systems, that's my vertical that I kind of sell for as well. But retail or quick service as well, or and anything small or big. If they're selling for that type of platform, again, let's say restaurants or quick service restaurants or anything like that, for the most part, about 75% of them are about the same because they're basically, it's like a car. I'm buying a car, I have, the same features. It needs tires, it needs a motor, it needs windows and stuff like that. So the same thing with a point of sale system, about 75% of it is about the same. Where are the different features that I'm looking for? Not only is it, do they have it, or is it integrated into the system, or am I getting it through an outsourced third-party company, which you kind of want to try to stay away from because now you might have some issues with the third party if you want to get it directly sold from your system that you're purchasing. Okay. Some questions to ask the system when you start shopping around, and I just did an episode, and you guys I'll share the link. It's probably going to be up there somewhere. Find out what type of systems you guys have. So there's 3 point of sale system types. And the first one is your cloud-based point of sale system. And that basically means that all the information is located on the cloud, whether you're getting your reports, getting your menus, getting your features, everything is housed on the cloud. So all the information is there, no PCs in house. And again, pros and cons to different ones, and I have that in the video. So please watch that so you can kind of get a head start to figure out. Watch that first, I would say, and then kind of watch this because it'll tell you kind of, okay, which one do I really want? And then I'm going to start from there and then shop around based on just this one that I want. Okay. The other one is a hybrid point of sale system, which basically takes both features of the ones that I'm talking about. So we have cloud-based, hybrid, and PC. So a hybrid basically means that you have a PC in-house. Again, a smaller PC, nothing crazy, nothing major. It's just to house your data. But all of your other information is on the cloud, where you're putting your menus in, checking reports, live time, getting information. All of that is through a portal on the websites, which you can have excellent access through your phone, tablet, or your PC. So then you can go into the information, get your stuff there. But if the database is in-house, if something crashes, if your server ever crashes, they can still retrieve your database from the cloud and get you to working within a couple hours, if not less. Okay. PC based, straightforward. PC in the restaurant, nothing is on the cloud. So those are the 3 types of systems that there are, and you will need to find out which fits you better. Like I said, watch that video that I made before this that will go over what the different features, pros and cons, and who they fit, what type of restaurants or establishments it's for. Okay. The other thing you want to ask is, for me, it's probably the most important feature of your system, period. Okay. And that is the help desk support, the technician support. If it's not 365, 24/7, I would not put that on my top peak point of sale system unless it's, excellent. But if you have the best point of sale system in the world and you can't support it, you don't have good support, why bother? Okay. So for me, that's my number one pick. I would put that on top of my list to make sure that they have excellent support. Look at the reviews, find out, what their hours are. A lot of point of sale systems, believe it or not, will have just like a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Well, guys, we're not bankers. Okay. We're in the restaurant business. We stay open late. We open early. So make sure it's not just, and if it has a feature where you're like, okay, well, it's Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 at this price, and for an additional whatever $20 a month, you will get 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then the top tier $20 more, you will get 24/7 365. Okay. I don't like the tiered point. You have a product, you need to support it 100%. You need to have that 24/7 365, period. Okay. So that's probably one of my most important feature on a point of sale system that you need to have. Okay. And then and it can be in so many different ways. And like I have, there's places that have, phone support, they have a chat support, or they have an email support, or they have all three. Okay. It should be a convenience to you as the business owner, not a convenience to them per se, because you are the business owner. You need support. If you're busy and you don't want to sit there and wait on a phone call, you would rather just go into a chat bot or try to go into a like one of my companies that we use is Telegram or like WhatsApp or stuff like that. You could just shoot a text message or a video, what's wrong with your issue, and they can chat you right back, live person that's in their office. That'll say, okay, here's the issue, here's how to fix it. Boom. You don't have to be on the phone walking around in the restaurant or any establishment trying to fix it. So they send you a text, fix it, you're done. Okay. And then the other one's obviously shooting an email, say, hey, I've been having this issue with this terminal, this credit card reader. It's not an emergency, but just shoot me an email, let me know how I can fix it, and we go from there. But like I said, they should offer all those features for you as a business owner so you can pick whatever fits your needs at the time that you need it. Okay. Ask them if they have offline credit card mode. Okay, very, very important because if you lose internet, are you going to be able to take credit cards? Okay, and credit cards for most businesses, depends on the type of businesses, are anywhere between 70 to 80, 90% of your transactions are going through credit card processing. So if they don't have an offline mode, or if you don't have steady internet, and again, in my last episode, I talked about how to get a steady internet through a modem with a cellular connection on that, which can cost you $10 a month. So if they have an offline mode, great. Ask them how it works. Do I need to physically call you to switch it from online to offline mode, or is it an automatic feature? It just turns on by itself, turns off by itself. Find out from that how it works. So there's no loss of credit cards in your business. Okay. I know some features, it's a offline mode. It captures the credit card information when the internet is down. And then once the internet turns back on, it sends over those credit cards in order to authorize them. Hopefully none of those credit cards are bad or getting declined, because if they do, then you're going to probably lose that information, lose that transaction. But maybe there's a way you can retrieve it. Okay, hopefully. See if there is an agreement or a contract. A lot of times, I think a lot of companies, in order to win over your businesses, are getting away from contracts or agreements, the longer ones especially. If they have, I've seen as long as a 5-year contract. From 3 to 5-year contracts we're seeing. Then there's a 1 or 2 year as well. And a lot of places will say, well, we don't have a contract. We're a placement program, for example. We'll place our hardware in there. You use it for however long you want. And when you're done, we'll pull it out if you don't need it. If you're changing or you're selling, we'll pull it out and we'll just shake hands. We'll say thank you for using our product. Okay, so ask them how long the contract is and see if they can send you a copy so you can read it. They're there to protect the business as well. That's not there to hurt you guys, but it's there to protect the business. Because I can't tell you how many times I've seen people come in and get a point of sale system and change it, or even a credit card processing. I've had customers myself will get a credit card reader 2 or 3 months. They'll change. And we're surprised. You're like, well, what happened? So we lost money on that account. So it's also there to protect the businesses. So don't take it the wrong way. It's just how it has to be sometimes. Other things to ask them is, what is your cancellation policy if they have an agreement or a contract? Some of them might just have a flat rate, $295, and we'll call it a day. Some of them, believe it or not, will actually have a non-processing amount. So if you were supposed to be there for 3 years, you're leaving in 2 years, and there's a year left on your contract, they will hit you with a fee amounting of what their profit for them was. So if it was supposed to make them, a $500 profit per month, and they were leaving in with 1 year left on your contract, they could hit you with a $6,000 bill because they missed that opportunity to make that money on top of another cancellation fee of a $295. So just look into that and just make sure that you're reading your agreement properly. Okay. Who does the installation? That's kind of a very important thing for me, especially for me that I am I was a point of sales programmer and installer. So I do my own installs for all the point of sale systems that I sell. But a lot of agents don't know how to per se. So some of these companies, some of them depends on who they are. I know like Clover or something like that, which is very easy, kind of plug and play, and they do all the programming. Those are the cloud-based systems, which tend to be very easy, and they do all the programming. So the cloud-based systems may not need an installer per se. But for me as a company, I want to make sure that if I'm selling a product, I'm installing it, I'm setting it up, I'm making sure I have everything set up perfectly and ready, and I'm handing you that product exactly how you want it. I'm testing it, I'm making sure everything works, sending tickets to the kitchen, making sure everything is ready for you, and then I'm handing you over the product and make sure I can give you some support on that. So that's why I feel like some of the cloud-based point of sale systems are kind of, it may leave you, with a bad taste in your mouth about just kind of say, here's a point of sale system in a box. Good luck. Okay. I don't like that. Other companies, is what they'll do is if they will send out an IT company locally or a local agent to do the installation for you. If it's not the agent that's selling or not the salesperson, because the salesperson from a point of sale is chances are not going to do the installation. If it's a bigger company, they have their own installation team, like we did at Micros back then. So we did all of our own installations as programmers with the big companies. But if they're smaller companies that are selling, the hybrid or even cloud-based, they may contract out a local IT guy to do the work and either charge you, or they may just take the cost on that. So ask about that. If it's a local person, are you going to get hit with the extra fee? And then who's doing live support when you're up and running? So I think we did an excellent job at Micros when I was there. We did the installation, we did the live support, meaning like we were there through the first couple of days, a day or 2 or 3, depending on what they purchased, to make sure that we're testing everything. Things are going to the kitchen. There's no issues. You're training, making sure everything is right, and then you're handing it off and say, okay, if you have any questions, please either call me or call the help desk with any issues. So I think with our products that we sell, that's how we manage it. Okay. The one thing I'll talk about, and I'll explain a little bit more in depth at another episode, which I think makes a pretty big difference in my eyes because I'm an agent. Ask the person, are you an agent for the credit card processing company, or in a point of sale system, or are you a salesman? The difference between a salesman and an agent is a salesman for a company, they're there to make a commission. They're getting a salary through the company that they work for, and they're going to get a percentage, whatever it is, when they close that deal. And to them, they're out there to make as much money for the company and for themselves as a commission. So I don't want to say they don't necessarily have your best interest in mind. They're just trying to, pack it as much as they can in order to make more money. That's what I've seen in every place that you go that is a salesman based, because they're looking to make commission. And the difference between a salesman and an agent is that once the deal is signed, they send you to the help desk. You're chances are you're never really going to hear from that person. Most of the times there's some good salespeople that will check up on you and pop in and see how everything's going after, a couple weeks, couple months, and just kind of stick with you. But an agent, we are not making a salary. We are a 1099. We are not a W-2. We are making money through our credit card processing. We make a very small commission, and we don't make money on hardware. We don't make money on anything else, but we make more money on our processing. So it's a small fee. So for me, I get a small commission, residuals, what we call it, every month. So for me, that means I am involved in my customer as long as they are with us. Okay. I don't just say, okay, well, now you go to the help desk. There's a lot of people that still call me after a couple of years if they need anything, and I still support them if they need it. Or I'll take the call. I will call the help desk and get them on three-way or try to fix the issue for them because I'm making money from them every single day. I want to make sure that they are taken care of just like they're taking care of me. And I'll explain that a little bit more in another episode, but ask them, if you want to know, because I think you get treated a little bit differently with a salespeople and an agent. Salesperson, I think, tends to kind of pack stuff even more, to make a little bit more money. Agent doesn't really care because they're not making money per se in most places on any of the hardware, any of the features. They're just making maybe money on processing, and then that's I think it's a better feature because they're going to make sure that you guys are taken care of better. Okay. The one thing that's very important, I can't kind of talk about this enough, is demo out as much systems as you can, and like I said, watch my first episode so you don't waste your time demoing out systems for no reason, because you need to find out do you want to be in the position of being a cloud-based POS system, a hybrid POS system, or a PC-based system. So once you figure out which place you want to be in, then when you call that company for a demo, you ask them, what are you? And if it doesn't fit in what you need, then don't waste your time and don't waste their time. Okay. So if you want to be in a hybrid environment, then if you find someone, if they're hybrid, get the demo, get the information, get the pricing, get the features, and then you can kind of figure out, you put them on the list, and then you could go down the road and figure out which ones you want to decide on down there. Okay. So the big thing for me is when you're looking into a point of sale system, everyone is different. Like I said, about 70% of point of sale systems are similar in what they do, depending on the vertical that they're in. Okay. For example, retail cloud, retail. Quick is a restaurant-based, system. So depending on the vertical that you're going to get in, make sure you kind of try to focus on that. Not to say you and I've seen this a lot, and I've seen where restaurants will take a square and put it in a circle. It's you're trying to make something fit for your need that POS system is not built for. Okay, can they make it work? Probably. I've seen it. Is it efficient? Probably not. Okay, so you want to make sure that you buy the point of sale system that's going to fit your needs for the features that they have that they're targeted to. So I'm not going to go and get a retail POS system for my restaurant because they're not going to have all those features and you're going to get frustrated. Okay, so some of the features that you want to look for, no matter what you want to ask for, because you may not need it now. Okay, you may need it down the road, or you may want it down the road, but you just didn't know it. Okay, because this will help you grow your business. It will help you save time. It will help you, shrink your waste. So here are some of the features that I think you should look for when you look into a point of sale system. Ask them if they have it. Ask them if it's available now. They may say, we don't have it now, but we're in development. We're in beta testing, which doesn't always mean a whole lot because I've seen beta testing that can take years. So, okay. So first of all, there's two type of point of sale systems or restaurant environments. There's quick service, QSRs, where you're basically just quick counter service. There's no table service. So you order your food, like McDonald's quick service. You order your food, They give you the food, you go sit down. That's a QSR type environment. The other environment is a sit down restaurant where a waiter comes to your table, takes your order, and then goes to the workstation and puts it to the POS system, picks his table, picks his features. Okay. Then you need to ask if you need online ordering. Okay, like I said, a lot of them do. If they don't have it for themselves, they have it through a third-party company. But again, I like to try to keep it within the company instead of keep adding different third-party applications onto my PC, because they may leave down the road and they're no longer integrated. And I've seen that as well. Okay, so online ordering. Third-party integrations, which is massive these days, because when I go into any restaurant or any quick service place and I see all those tablets sitting on the counters with is DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Slice. There's like 3 or 4 different tablets, all with their printers sitting on a counter, squeezing them in there, and it's kind of looks kind of messy. Okay. A lot of the point of sale systems that I use, especially right now, have those third-party integrations, either at a cost or, like I said, Quick POS, which I love, has it bundled up into their pricing, which they do very well with that. Very reasonable pricing, especially because that third-party integrations and online ordering, for example, that they bundle can cost you a minimum of $100 per feature, and it starts adding up. So even if they say our license per terminal might be $50 or $100 or $75 or whatever it is, which is great. You have 3 terminals, you might be at like, $150, $200, but then you start adding all these other features and you could be at $200, $300, $400 before you know it. So find companies that have these already integrated into the system free, or they're bundling it. Like I said, Quick POS does that very well for us. Okay. Gift cards is a little tricky because a lot of them do have gift cards. A lot of them have third-party gift cards. But what you want to make sure, it's not about having the gift cards, it's about the integration of your current systems. If you're in a POS system, you have gift cards, you want to be able to ask them, will you be able to integrate my current gift cards that are outstanding? Okay, because if I have 100 gift cards that are outstanding that has $1,000 on them, I don't want to lose that money. So it's not necessarily their job as the new point of sale system to get that information. It's up to you and your point of sale system to get them that information. Okay, so every point of sale system should be able to extract that data of your gift cards. For example, in Microsoft, it was called a gift card liability report, which gave you like what was sold, what was outstanding, what's remaining on that gift card. So that information can be extracted from them into a CSV file or an Excel file, almost about the same. And once you give them that form, then they can take that and import it into their own point of sale system in order to be able to utilize all your outstanding gift cards, and any new gift cards that you're selling on your new point of sale system. Okay, so you want to ask them, can you integrate my old gift cards into your system? And make sure you get that in writing, please. Okay, I can't tell you how many times companies have said, yes, we will do it, and they don't. Okay, and you need to hold them accountable to that. Either, say if my gift cards don't integrate it, you don't get it, then I'm signing off. I'm not gonna stay with you guys. Okay, make sure you guys hold them accountable for that. Also, now they have e-gift cards that you can buy on their website, on your website, and people can just print that and just bring that in, and you don't have to have a physical gift cards. They look good, obviously, for different styles of restaurants. You don't want to be giving a paper gift certificate in a fine dining restaurant, of course. Okay. Loyalty programs, one of my favorites. I can't talk more about loyalty programs. I can have a whole entire episode about loyalty programs. Loyalty programs, if you're not using them, again, different type of restaurants may or may not need that. Anything from quick service all the way up to casual dining, fine dining, maybe not, but all the way through that, you should start offering some type of loyalty programs to your customers. Cafes, no brainer. Should. Quick service, 100%. get them in as much as you can. Let them use a loyalty program to use up, for every dollar you get 10 points or something like that. And what that does, and I've seen it and I use it, is it gets you to be like, oh, I want to get to that 1,000 points. I want to get to the 10,000 points. I'm going to go and go and go. So that gets people to want to keep coming into your restaurant in order to build up those points to either use it for themselves. A lot of these business people are coming in for lunch and they're using their business cards for the loyalty program and have lunch and bring clients in every day. And what they do is at the end of the year, now let's say they have 10,000 points or 50,000 points, they will actually convert those to gift cards, $100 gift cards or whatever it is, and hand it out to either their employees or to their families or whoever. So for them as a business, it gets them to, be loyal to you, to come to your restaurant very often and be able to utilize your cards to give to people who have probably not been there before. And that builds new clientele. Okay. So that's why I love loyalty programs. I sell it and I preach about it and I tell people how to use it and how to build new clientele from that to be able to help them grow their business and through my consulting business as well. If you guys are interested in that, let us know. Okay. Text marketing. Oh my God. I mean, good and bad. I mean, some people like them, some people don't. I love them to an extent. Okay. You get some people who are blasting you with text messages on a daily basis about their specials, and that can get overwhelming. Okay. So for those of you guys who have been doing that, do not do it on a daily basis. I think it's a lot. Okay. And it's costly for you guys as a business owners. I mean, if you're into text marketing, it can cost you hundreds of dollars, depending on how many clientele you're sending it out to, how many customers. Okay. So text marketing is great to send out maybe once a week for your specials, or if you have certain bands coming in for that day, or if you're doing any kind of events, any kind of parties, Halloween, Christmas party, Christmas sweaters, things like that, or anything that's karaoke's, things like that you're doing. Yeah, fine. Send it out like once a week, is fine. Payroll services. Some POS systems have a payroll service in them. So a lot of them have the clock in and clock out feature, of course, but they also have a payroll system in the point of sale system they have that extracts the data and they do the payroll for you directly. Not a lot of them do. Some do, but if they don't, a lot of them will have a third-party integration. So ask them if they already have one or they're getting into one. Check the rates. It really comes down to it. If you're with a current company and they're giving you great rates, then you don't need it. So don't use that as a leverage in order to be able to pick that point of sale system. So just ask them if they have it, what are their rates? If they beat your current rates, then why not use them? But if they don't, stick with yours. Okay. Okay. So ask if they have biometrics depending on the type of location that you have. I've had people where the other employees clocking each other out. Okay. So clock them in and clock them out because they know they have their number. Everybody's using a number. So if you're having those issues where people are kind of clocking in for other people, first of all, you need to address that right away. And the other way you can do it is with your current point of sale system, get a biometrics, which they can just scan their finger or their thumb, or some of them even have tablets that have integration and can do biometrics, facial recognition or retina as well. I know like the ADPs and the Paychecks and those companies have those already, which you just scan your hand, scan your thumb or something like that in order to be able to clock in and out so no one's clocking in for you and stealing hours. Okay. Ask them if they have inventory feature in there between for food and beverage. And if they do, how does it work? Are you basically just taking an invoice and importing it from your food service company or your liquor company into the POS system? And does that give you raw data or how does it work? Okay. I know food service companies also have that feature, and some people just do physical inventory by hand, which is great. I'm big on that to make sure that you guys are getting the true food cost, liquor cost, labor cost into your system. Okay. Ask them if they have if you're a pizza delivery or driver dispatch. So, for example, going back to the systems that I use, Quick has an excellent driver dispatch and delivery system. And they also have the Google Maps that shows you where your orders are. driver dispatch basically is what you do is either the manager or the driver will pull the 3 tickets and they will assign them to one driver. Say, okay, here, Johnny, here's your 3 tickets. Bobby, here's your 2 tickets. And they're basically dispatching or assigning a ticket to each driver. And at the end of the night, you're running a report for each driver, and it tells you how much they should be dropping from their deliveries. Okay, so if you're a pizzeria, ask them if they have the delivery driver dispatch ticketing and maps if you need that. If it's a feature that you would like to use. Okay. Another feature I really like for pizzerias, it seems like I'm selling a lot of pizzerias these days, is future orders. Okay. Or anybody who's doing kind of catering, because you see a lot of pizzerias, bagel shops, any kind of quick service will do a lot of future orders or catering. So if you have a party that's needs 10 pizzas on Friday by 6 o'clock, then what you do is you could put in the order, put in for Friday at 6 o'clock, and what it does is you can either pay for the order then or pay for it when you come in, because chances are you might want to add to it. So what you do is once you put the order in for that date and time, it will print the order in the kitchen an hour before, or whatever you want to set it to, either early in the morning and it prints all your future orders for the day, or you can print it an hour before. You can set that up to when to print, so you can have that order prepared. Okay, so that's called future ordering. Okay. Another feature which is very important, and I don't see a lot of point of sales do it or do it correctly, is coursing and firing. Okay, so for fine dining restaurants or even some casual restaurants, the restaurants want to utilize the ability to place their order, put their appetizer in, put a course bar, however it looks, a break in between, and then put their entrees in. So when it goes to the kitchen, it shows basically your appetizer, your course bar, your entree. So it lets the kitchen know, okay, start whatever the calamari and wait on the steak. So what they usually do is they like to see that second entree so they can start preparing it and fire it when it's ready. Firing doesn't mean cook it. Firing means, okay, let's finish it up, plate it. It shouldn't take more than 3 to 5 minutes, if that. So if there is a steak that's supposed to be cooked, let's say medium, and they have a calamari as their appetizer, so the calamari, once it goes out, it gets sent out, and then the steak is already on the grill, cooking to medium rare. And once that waiter says fire, hits the button that says fire, a ticket goes into the kitchen that says fire, table 15. And now the cook will actually just finish off the cooking on that from medium rare to medium, and then plate the dinners. Like I said, it should only take a few minutes, so they're ready for their food. A lot of POS systems don't do it very well. We did at Micros, but believe it or not, it wasn't a feature, but we actually created a way to do it, and we did it very, very well. Okay. A lot of POS systems right now will have a feature where you ring in your appetizer, and you ring in your entree, but then you click on your entree and you hit hold. And then when it goes to the kitchen, it just goes the appetizer. But for me, as a cook, if I need to see what my entree is so I can start it, you're not going to be able to do that. So it really just sends the first item in, and then you got to go in and then go to the POS system, click that entree and hit unhold, and that sends it to the kitchen. For me, that's just like ringing in an appetizer, going out, ringing in the entree, and going out. So there's nothing different than that. It just creates an extra step with utilizing that hold and unhold feature, which I personally am not used to and don't really like. I think it just makes more work. If you can work around and make it work the way I told you, is like ringing the appetizer, putting some kind of indentation or slashes to indicate that there's a second course, ringing your entrees, and then you send it to the kitchen, and all you need to do is hit the fire button. Just the fire button goes to the kitchen and it says fire, table 15, and then everything should be ready to go. QR code ordering. Again, we've seen a lot of that during COVID times where, everything is ordered through a QR code, mobile ordering, stuff like that. So QR code for menus, we saw that, and then QR code for ordering, which is great if you're have your outdoor seating, if you're short on staff, if you're a winery or brewery. You can scan a QR code, you can order something, you can add to your order, you pay for your order, and you walk out the door. So QR code ordering is an excellent feature as well. A lot of them have it these days. Even if it's not with them, it's with another company. Also, if they have handheld devices, some people like them, some people don't. Depends on your environment, the type of restaurant that you have. So, do they have it? Do you need an access point to run it? Do you have dead zones? You got to be careful with handheld devices. When I used to work at Microsoft, we had those handheld devices. They don't work very well in buildings that are like steel, concrete, brick, glass, which I know I'm mentioning almost every kind of type of building. But the reason why I say that is because it creates dead zones. If you're going from one room to another and it's a brick wall, it may not be able to get access unless you're putting access points in all those rooms. So it's important to actually make sure that you have an IT person, if you want to get access points for your handhelds, that they set it up for you to make sure that they're strong enough to be able to cover every single inch of the area that you need those handhelds for, whether it's an outdoor patio, in the dining room, or anywhere else. Okay. And do they have all the features that the workstations do? They don't always do. Tablets, some people have tablets that will have all the features that a workstation does. Handhelds, they're a little bit smaller, so the screens are smaller, so you might not be able to see all the different features, whether it's a table, floor plan, or anything like that. Okay. Ask them if they have reservations and a wait list feature. If you're a restaurant or a fine dining restaurant, if you want to use a wait list, or if you want to use the reservations if they have it. I would rather just use it with my POS system than have it through either OpenTable or Yelp or anybody else that does it, because it's all combined within the point of sale system. And check out the price. I know like OpenTable charges you per order, I think, is, or per person. I can't remember off the top of my head. All right, so those are all the features you should start looking for. I'm sure there's thousands more, but those are the ones that are pretty important, at least to get started off with, especially if you've never had a POS system. If these are the features that you would like to see in yours, or if you like to utilize them, ask them if they haven't, ask them to demo it out, those features especially, because when you're in a demo with them, it might be just a half hour, 45 minutes, or even an hour. If you need multiple demos, if you want to get more information, especially if you're a restaurant that has a point of sale system, you really need to get the nitty gritty of what it is, because you're not buying it for a year or two. Chances are you're going to have it for 3, 4, 5, 10 years. So nobody wants to change their system on a regular basis, because there's more training, there's more issues. So you want to find something that's going to fit your needs and it's going to stay there with you for a few years. So find something that fits for you. Demo out as much as you can. Get all the features. Compare apples to apples to make sure that the one fits for your needs, and go from there. That's all I have for you guys for today. If you like this episode, please share it with anyone else that could use the information if they're looking to get a new system. Like and subscribe for more episodes. Thank you very much. Hope you have a great day and happy winter. Thank you. Bye-bye.